Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing show. Glad to be here again. You know, when you're fishing around Mike, you never know.
Right.
You might get home, you might not. Mike, good to have you.
Yeah, good to be here.
All right. We got a bang-up show lined up for tonight. We've still got film that was shot over Memorial Day weekend and that kind of thing. So we got a lot of things going on. And I run into some fishermen today at Edgemore Outdoors, and you know, a lot of the fishermen are out fishing, Mike.
Oh yeah, no
doubt.
doubt.
They're not home waiting on watch me and you. They're out fishing.
That's right.
So maybe their wives is watching, and they can fill them in on what not to do.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Anyway, it's good to be here. Good to have y'all watching. I want to say hello to Dad and Polly and Gay Nichols up there in Clinton, and to Travis and Shelly Mullins. They got their cable hooked up, and so I want to say hello to them. They've been watching the show on reruns and on the live streaming and this. Now they got their cable in, and glad they're watching, and wanted to say hello to them and hope they enjoy the show. We've got some fishing film. Like I said, still got film left from back Memorial Day weekend, and then we've got I'll just tell you, you know, Mike Richards called a couple of weeks ago, and we gathered up his fish he had over here and took them down to Whites Creek, Mike.
Yes.
Me and you and Wesley made a little Sunday afternoon trip down to Whites Creek, and then we took the boat with us, and we got in a storm. Yeah, matter of fact, two. I mean, it just rained cats and dogs on us there for about 15 minutes, and then it quit, and then it come back again. So we got a little, Mike caught 2 or 3 nice fish there that afternoon. Wesley caught a couple. I don't know that I put a fish in the boat.
Yeah, you got one.
Did I get one?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't skunked. Anyway, we got that. Herschel's got all kinds of things going on, and got Tony Gallagher. I've got some pictures. He went fishing, got off work early. I think it was Tuesday, and I know Tony's watching. He's going to call in the hot part of the day. I think they didn't get down there till maybe close to dinner time, and got 8 big old crappie. I got to get the picture to Herschel so he can show it to you here a little bit later. So he's on track, and he's going to give us a buzz over here after a while and let us know what the deal is on the crappie. Like I said, talked to some fishermen, got a little report from Milton Hill. We'll get into that later. But we're glad to be here, and moon's coming full, Mike.
It sure is. Sure is.
Yeah. All righty. Herschel, we'll go to the film whenever you're ready.
All right, old Mike got another nice in here, buddy. Look at here. Man, look at here, what's coming in
I
here.
think my camera.
Big fat largemouth. Another big fat largemouth.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's 3 nice big largemouths we've caught tonight.
Yeah, bring back the
Yes, sir.
Maybe you won't go tail.
Hmm?
Maybe you won't go tail the others.
That's right.
All right. All right, Brad's got one on here.
About a little largemouth. Yeah.
Yeah, get him a largemouth there.
There's a largemouth.
Yeah, that's a nice. Yeah. Can't beat that. All right, we'll get him loose there and get him back in the water. Maybe we'll catch him again next time. Little largemouth.
Heck, here we come. Oh, yeah, old Mike, I got another largemouth. We must have caught 4 or 5 largemouth tonight, Mike.
Yeah.
And I've been up here all this time, and this is the most largemouth I've seen.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Coming out. Yes, sir, old buddy. Yeah, don't let him go back out. All right. Yes, sir.
Try his best to get off there, ain't he?
Yeah, he's trying.
Touch that lip, does he?
Nope.
Back is definitely good. Right there, huh? That mouse don't come out at all. There it went. Yeah, a little smiley. Wild and mean. Like you touch that lip either. Don't you? Won't open his mouth. Don't want you to touch that lip. That's a good little smallie. Right. Do here. What you want to do? You about jump the boat, ain't you?
Show off. Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah. Nice one right there. Touch it. Yep. There you go. There's a nice one. Real nice one.
Got another good fish right here. He's under the boat. He's under the boat there, Mike. All right there, son. All right there, old buddy.
There he is.
Oh, man, look at there. Look at there. Big old largemouth, ain't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yes, sir. Big old largemouth.
Yeah.
I don't believe you can lift that fish in, son.
Yeah.
And without breaking your line. Oh, look at that. I want you to look what a mouth. Bigger than, put a softball in that.
Yeah.
Look at that right there, son. That is a dandy largemouth.
What do you think?
And you know, Mike, them our largemouth has really come back in this lake.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
That is for
I
sure.
want you to look at there. Man, hold that mouth up here. Look what a mouth. Put a baseball, a softball in that. Yes, sir, buddy. That's a dandy, son.
Sure is.
All right. Get out there, old boy. Oh, with you, man. Oh, yeah, watch you, man. All right, old buddy.
That's all. Now you filming.
Huh.
Right. We got one on them. On them rascals. Tough to get unhooked on that. All right.
Show that to Steve real good. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if they lied on him or not. I think we do. Sure we can see him good.
We got him. Yeah. Okay.
Right. First one. Now we're ready.
And here it is. Okay, here old Mike got another fish. Another largemouth. I want you to look at that. We're in the largemouth business tonight instead of the smallmouth.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's another keeper largemouth though. Yes, sirree. What about that? All right. Well, you want to turn it.
Here, buddy. It's a nice one.
Better than that, though.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
He wants to drive the boat.
Yeah. There you go. All right. We'll go back and try to get another.
Okay. Old Mike got another fish here, old buddy. He's right out there under the light there. Look at there. I see him down there in that clear water. Look at there. There he is right there, old buddy. Yeah, him having a good time. Got that there. Oh, look at there. Look at there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good little smallie.
Nice little smallie. Buddy, we've been catching some good ones up here, son. We really have.
All right. You turn him back loose.
Okay, old buddy. Let's get out there and get another one, Mike.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Okay. Old Mike here, he's got a dandy here. If we get to see, there he goes. Well, I'm telling you, I hope we got a picture of him anyway. He come right up and spit it out. What about that? Hey, Mike.
Try his best to get off there, ain't he?
Yeah, he's trying.
All right, folks, we're back, and Herschel's got some more editing to do there, some more film to bring up, but we're going to talk a little bit, Mike, about, you and Brad, what you caught your fish on, and that kind of thing. You brought some baits over again, I see.
Yeah, sure did.
So while Herschel's getting ready for the next film, give us a little insight here on what went on.
Well, I was throwing a Texas rig in this super speed crawl, and it was watermelon and red.
Right.
Doing awful good on that, and started fishing the watermelon red jig, but I had a smaller trailer on it.
Mm-hmm.
And caught fish on that. And later on that night, when the moon went down, I kept fooling around trying to figure out what was going on. And it seemed like they just quit hitting. And finally I got the speed crawl out and changed from the watermelon to the green pumpkin.
Right.
And started catching fish. I said, dang, just made that little bit of difference. And of course I kept going back to that copper crawl, trying it. I'd get a hit every now and then on it.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like they changed up. And it's just subtle changes that you make sometimes. It may be in the color, it may be in the type trailer. We got that film there where me and you went back on Friday night before we got rained out, and then we went down to the watch bar on Sunday.
Right.
Then me and Bill went back on a Wednesday night, and me and you went back to last Friday night.
Yeah.
And then me and Brad again Saturday night.
Yeah.
And it seemed like you could just swap around till you found what they wanted. And, but Saturday night was a whole different ball game. It seemed like I couldn't hardly get a strike at all on any of that watermelon like that. And finally got down and kept changing baits. And I don't know, we went through hair flies and different trailers at Falcon Lake crawlers and tried everything in the world there. And finally I just got down and got one of these Viber crawls and put it on.
Yeah.
And the little bitty curly legs on it. And then all of a sudden it was just one right after the other as far as hits, And caught several fish after that. But some reason or another, that little bit of change, whether you're fishing these little bitty legs or no legs at all, whether you're fishing this 101 chunk on it, what color it is, or the 11 size on it, or the big crawlers or whatever. I mean, it just seems like you just got to keep changing till you can find out what they want. And sometimes, like I say, it's just a slight change from the difference between them two right there. The size claws on that, the smaller little bitty claws on that. Just like you was talking about that twin tail when you was up there before with Tim.
Yeah.
And
at least two sizes.
Instead of the big fat one, the little skinny type tail, and then all of a sudden you're catching fish. And even this one here, the swimmy chunk, There's times that swimmy chunk's the only thing you'll hit. When we was down at Watch Bar and you was flipping.
Right.
And if you didn't have the swimmy chunk on there, you couldn't hardly get a bite.
That's exactly, I went with the old number 11 chunk, the mainstay, and then couldn't get a bite on it, and put a dang swimmy chunk on, and I didn't, 2 minutes and had a fish on it. So it does make a difference. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And the skinny chunk.
That little skinny chunk, at one time, that brown fly, that right there on it, was a killer up there at North.
Yeah.
And, it's just what they want. I mean, what makes them change like that, whether it's the light or water temperature or the size of the baits or what it is. But, if you ain't getting hits, you just got to just keep changing and fish one, 15, 20 minutes on a place. If you don't do no good, rig up something different and try it. Because the fish is there. Ain't no doubt about it. The fish is there. You just got to get what they want to hit.
I agree. It doesn't take much of a change, Mike, to make a difference. And back 6-1. I can't remember when that. Yeah, that was 6-1, Mike. I'm trying to think when that was.
Labor Day weekend.
The Labor Day. No, that was Wednesday night when you and Bill was up there.
Yeah,
Wednesday night. Then me and you was up there on the 3rd.
Yeah.
On Friday night.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But Mike, that watercolor up there. Has just it's so daggum clear that used to we loved to see the full moon.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'd just soon be up there on the dark of the night.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to tell you the film that I had Kathy and my sister and y'all hadn't seen that film, and her husband Mike Russell with me, and we struggled.
Yeah.
We caught a few fish there right before dark, but after that it was a slow time until we got on some dark, got in behind some shadowed banks is exactly where we found them.
Yep.
Hello, caller.
Hey, Steve.
Hey.
I was trying to tell you about them crappie we caught.
I hadn't got your pictures up yet, but go ahead, Tony, and tell us about the crappie.
We didn't get there about 10 o'clock Tuesday, but we just got 8 keepers. They averaged between 13 and 15 inches each, but it was about 28 foot deep before we catch them at about 30 foot of water.
Huh. Do you think they moved a little deeper since a couple of weeks ago when you had the 14 or 15 crappie? Have they got a little deeper?
They just scattered, just catch one here, one there. Man, it was tough. It was hot, too.
Yeah, hot and tough both. A lot of people wouldn't even have tried it, but I'm glad you did.
I'll keep doing it all year. I enjoy it.
I understand. I know exactly. That's me too, Tony. I do too. But what do you? I mean, your opinion. I don't think the crappie fishing's been as good on Watts Bar this year as it was last year. What do you say?
I don't think it has either. Because last year we just got a limit every time. We was going out this time of year. This year we can't get no limit. Right.
That's the same way Mike was last year. He was getting his limit just about every trip, and if he had somebody with him, he'd get, both of them would have their limit. And this year, I don't know that he's had his limit the first trip.
No, they've been biggins.
Yeah, they've been nice ones, but there's not many of them.
My partner, he caught the biggest part of them. I only had 2. He had 6. I had less than him right in his mouth.
Yeah. Well, Mike ain't going to let that happen because he gets you right over that brush pile, buddy, and he won't pull that boat up the top.
We got those long fishing rods like we got. He can reach up and lay it over my ears fishing.
I heard that. I know all about that hole setting there, Tony, from experience.
Show them here, well.
I'm going to try my best. I got to get this pictures to Herschel here and let him get them up on the screen. Keep watching. We'll get them there.
All right, see you.
All right, buddy. Good to hear from you.
All right.
All right, bye. Okay. But, glad to hear Tony. He knows that crappie fishing's tough down there but right now, but they'll figure them out. But back to that clear water in the dark sides, the darker places of the banks and the points, I've tried to fish. I've tried to fish for the moon. I'm throwing into the moon. Yeah. That's the key. I mean, it was for us up there the last weekend. The moon was setting into the west, and we were throwing into the moon. I tried to fish places that had a shadowed ledge on it. Once it comes out into the water, rocky ledge there had some shadow on it, and the tree line making a shadow on the bank, so that's kind of what we ran into. Sure was. Herschel, you want to show that little bit of film then? All right, buddy, go to it.
Okay. All right. Old Mike,
Cody,
he's got one right
you
here.
take my...
He just had hit him right at the boat. We jerked him in the boat, buddy.
Yeah.
I tell you right now, he's a nice little smallmouth. That's the first one tonight, but I tell you what, we've lost 3 or 4. Yes, sir, but we're going to turn him back, and we might be in them right now, buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, old Mike here, he's got a dandy here. If we get to see, there he goes. Well, I'm telling you, I hope we got a picture of him anyway. He come right up and spit it out. What about that? Hey, Mike. Got another good fish right here. He's down in the boat. He's down in the boat there, Mike. All right there, son. All right there, old buddy.
There he is.
Oh, man, look at there, look at there. Big old largemouth, ain't he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yes, sir. Big old largemouth.
Yeah.
I don't believe you can lift that fish in, son,
Yeah.
without breaking your line. Oh, look at that. I want you to look what a mouth. Bigger than, put a softball in that.
Yeah.
Look at that right there, son. That is a dandy largemouth.
Yeah.
And you know, Mike, them our largemouth has really come back in this lake.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
That is for
I
sure.
want you to look at there. Man, hold that mouth up here. Look what a mouth. Put a baseball, a softball in that. Yes, sir, buddy. That's a dandy, son.
Sure is.
All right. Get out there, oh, watch your man. Oh, yeah, watch your man. All right, old buddy. In there. Here it is. Okay, here, old Mike got another fish. Another largemouth. I want you to look at that. We're in the largemouth business tonight instead of the smallmouth.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's another keeper largemouth though. Yes, sir. What about that? All right. Well, you want to turn it. Here we go. Okay, old Mike got another fish on here, son. Tell you right now, old Mike is hotter than he's hotter than a pistol, buddy.
He's got a good swallow, yeah.
Yes, sir. Nice little largemouth. I mean smallmouth though. Yes, sir. I tell you what, folks. I'm gonna have to beat him out of one of these here watermelon jigs here before long. I'm gonna make him tie me one on.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, there. And he's nice and got good color.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get another in there, Mikey boy. Okay, old Mike got another fish here, old buddy. He's right out there under the light there. Look at there. I see him down there in that clear water. Look at there. There he is right there, old buddy. Yeah, him having a good time. Got that there. Oh, look at there. Look at there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good little smallie.
Nice little smallie. Buddy, we've been catching some good ones up here, son. We really have.
All right. You turn him back loose.
Okay, old buddy. Let's get out there and get another one, Mike.
Yep.
Yes, sir. There we go. Okay. Old Mike got another good fish on here. Son, he's hotter than a billy goat. He really is. He ain't seen him yet, but he's down there. He got the rod bent. Boy, look at that. I seen a glimpse of him then. Yeah, buddy, look at that. Look at that. Oh, man, him a dandy. Look at that. There, buddy, look at that. Big, nice, fat slicking.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, old buddy. Big, nice, fat slicking. That's a pretty fish, Mike.
Yeah.
That's a nice fish there, old buddy.
Maybe he'll grow up.
Hey, turn him
10
loose
pounds.
over here on this other side so he won't go back in there and tell him, don't mess with that.
You know? I said maybe he'll grow up and be 10 pounds.
Yes, sir. Yeah. All right. Boy, was that. He took off like Snyder's pup.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Billy boy here. Yeah, we got one here. Look at here. Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
him. Look at him. Look at him. Lord have mercy. Look at him. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, old buddy. Come here, boy. Oh, man. Him wanting to. Yeah.
Oh, he gonna jump in the boat for you, Bill. Said he gonna jump in the boat for you. Yeah,
Look at here.
that's right.
Sir.
He gonna
Yeah,
jump.
old Billy boy. All right, old buddy.
Yes, sir. He gonna jump in the boat for you.
Watermelon red.
Watermelon red.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yes, sir.
Look at there, Mike.
Yes, sir. That's a nice.
Big, nice, fat slicking.
Yes.
Oh, he's warm.
Yeah, he's warm.
Yeah. He's been down there before. It's been warm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, get out there.
Yes, sir. All right. We'll go back and try to get another one, Bill.
That's right, old boy. He tore my bait plumb up.
Tore your bait up. All right.
Yeah, I have to put another one down. All right, old Mike got another nice one here, buddy. Look at here. Man, look at here what coming in here.
Big fat largemouth.
Another big fat largemouth.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's three nice big largemouths we've caught tonight.
Yeah, bring back one.
Yes, sir.
Maybe he won't go tell.
Hmm?
Maybe he won't go tell the others.
That's right.
All right.
Heck, here we come. Oh, yeah, old Mike, I got another largemouth. We must have caught 4 or 5 largemouth tonight, Mike.
Yeah.
And I've been up here all this time. This is the most largemouth I've seen.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Coming out. Yes, sir, old buddy. Yeah, don't let him go back there. All right. Yes, sir. Okay, Mike. Old Mikey got another one on here, buddy. You got him on here. Ain't seen him yet, but he's got the rod bent. Oh, there he comes. There he. Oh man, look at this. Look at this. Look at here, man. I want you to look. What a fish. Oh, what a fish. Yes, sir. That's a dandy, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. That's the best one tonight. Look at that. Ain't he a crackerjack? Oh man, look at that. Oh boy, that is a pretty fish. Pretty fish. You got a measuring stick?
Yeah.
Measure that gentleman. I want to see what he'll measure. Put him up there, old buddy. Yes, sir. Hang down there. Close that mouth now. Close his mouth.
19.
Huh?
19 with the mouth. Yeah. Yeah, he's 19 inches.
Yeah, at 19 inches. That's a dandy. Oh, look at him go, buddy. All right. Let's get out here and get another one, son.
Like you had some pretty decent fish there, you and Bill.
Yeah, sure did.
And that was Wednesday night a week ago. Yeah, not yesterday, but yeah, it was on the the first? Yeah, June the 1st. And well, tell us what transpired that night. You know what you found was going on.
Well, pretty much the same thing. But we hit some early, and it seemed like that big crawler, watermelon red, was doing good there right at dark. And when we got there, and I missed a good fish there to start off with. I think it's, we was in the same area, same point that we'd fished the week before, and had a big fish on it pulled off, and I think I had that same fish on, at least it sure felt like it, and he pulled off again, but we caught a few fish off that point and went to another and caught a few more, and them fish, they was doing pretty good there for a while, and then it seemed like it started slowing down, and Bill had a whole few, and I'm telling you, we lost probably as many fish as we caught.
Mm-hmm.
Like you stick them and start to the boat with them, they just come undone, and stuff. But later on in the night there, I got back fishing that trawler there Texas job, you know. And,
Yeah.
Falcon Lake job and that copper crawl. And on that one point there, I guess we caught 5 or 6 fish off it. And most of them had moved up pretty shallow.
Right.
And, of course, we had been, you know, catching them out there around 20 foot, 18, 20 foot. And then I guess that's why we hit that little spot that during the night we wasn't catching nothing because we wasn't moving in on them, you know. We kept fishing out there deeper and staying out there 23, 26 foot or something like that and throwing in there and then come around that one point there and it had a good drop off on it. And so we was setting 30 foot of water, but we was throwing over in 5 or 10, and then all of a sudden we started catching them, and it kind of dawned on us that them fish had moved up on it, and everywhere we went, we started moving in a little bit closer, and most of the time you'd throw in there when your bait would sink to the bottom, and you'd sit there for a second or two, and all of a sudden one would grab it, you know.
Uh-huh.
They'd moved up in there pretty good, and at Falcon Lake crawl, I was in the bigger one, bigger than this chunk here, you know, it's the bigger one. And
The full-bodied, yeah.
Full-bodied job, and I'd put it on that Texas rig and started catching them on it, you know. Like I say, they was in there pretty shallow, but them crawlers, you know, you look at them, there's a lot of difference in them. See, these big claws here on this is thick on this back side right there.
Right.
And got the little curl on it. And this one here, they made a big thick edge on it. It wedges up to make it vibrate more. And this one here, they ain't hardly nothing, just them little curls on the ends all. And there ain't much movement to it like on some of the others. And these type right here, I think this was a Strike King. It's got a little bit of a claw on it, but it ain't got much movement at all. Then you can go back to this beaver job here, and they ain't no claw look to it at all on it. It's just straight and smooth. So, you know, it just...
Right.
Every one of them got their different version of stuff, and sometimes they want this, sometimes they want that. And, you know, it's like that red fly right there. We was up there that time and had one, it had a little bit of chartreuse, just like the brown, put a little bit of orange on the back of it, or a little bit of black or something, and all of a sudden you tie it on, and man, they're just catching fish like crazy on it, and go back to a straight color or something, and you can't get a strike. It's like take the marker, you know, put a little bit of orange on the tips of them, or just, you know,
right.
Not much, and it just, that's all it takes to make them start biting it, you know.
It's amazing, Mike, of what little subtle change you can make if you're not getting a bite up there. And, you know, the fish, you know, the last couple of 3 years, the fishing's just got better up there. It you know, it's gotten better. But still yet, even at that, like you said, the fish is there. You just got to find what they want to eat.
Yeah, and there's many minnows as they are up there right now. I don't know that any of them could be hungry, to tell you the truth. But, man, it's unbelievable the minnows they got. And the grass is, that hydrilla is coming on with it. I'm telling you, it's just thick everywhere you go. Seems like you run into that grass. But the fish just act like they don't want nothing to do with it.
No. Well, excuse me. The several places that I pulled in on up that, well, for the last month.
Yeah.
If I was throwing in the grass, I'd move.
Yeah.
I mean, it just that, you know, we didn't fish the grass. When you know, you could feel that grass getting on your bait, and you get it in, it's covered up with it, or you pull a big clump up. Well, it's just like this. Anywhere there's a little dirt, there's some grass growing.
Seems like it, but you know, you pull in on one spot, and you throw in there in 5 foot of water, and you're right in the middle of the grass, you know.
Yeah.
And then next time you throw in there, and you're liable to fish it all the way out to the boat, and 20, 25 foot, and then all of a sudden you hit grass. So, you know, it's erratic on where it's at. It ain't no certain depth or something, but
right.
And it's getting covered with it now. I'm telling you, if them largemouth ever figure out what to do with it,
Yeah.
get in there, and the minnows too. Right now, the minnows ain't in it like you'd normally think
Right.
they'd be, but
Yeah.
I guess that's 'cause the water ain't warmed up enough. But they may get in it during the day or something. I don't know, but they don't know either, I guess. But they'll get used to it eventually. If that grass stays in there, man.
Well, it could turn that lake completely around.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm going to say this. I think my feeling is there's two factors for that vegetation that's growing up there right now. Number one is the zebra mussels and the clear water.
Yeah.
You got the light factor that's down there, and number two is the elevation of the lake.
Mm-hmm.
It's been down. Been a lot of bank showing before when the spring came and everything was budding out and this, that, and the other. I think that those two factors right there has ramped that grass vegetation up there.
Yep, probably have. I know the traffic is on the weekends is flat beat it to death up there. You know, it's pretty muddy in a lot of them spots where there's much boat traffic and waves and stuff are beating on it. And stuff out film there where me and Herschel pulled in up there on that one point, and I caught that good one, and then as we started on around that point, that muddy water showed up and couldn't get a strike out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, that was a heavy use weekend, and yeah, a lot of boat traffic muddies up a lot of the banks that are not rocky.
Yeah.
Where there's some mud and that kind of thing, some dirt bank. Why the sloshing does create a little muddy spot. Some of the pockets we fished in there before dark had a little stained water in them.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, all in all, the water clarity and the lake elevation due to rainfall and what have you, I think is a factor in that grass getting to grow. And once it takes a hold and gets started, it could turn that thing around.
You know what? All them guys down at Dale Holler talk about that grass down there, how good the largemouth has done since that grass has come in down there real good. So, largemouth seem to be making a comeback up there north. So.
Yeah. Well, it gives them a place to hide.
Yeah.
It gives the fingerlings a place to hide till they get big enough to fend for themselves.
Well,
and
you get this film off the camera that me and you was up there, and you remember that smallmouth I had 3 pounds or so there bringing him up.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till we see that next week. We've got to show that next week.
Hopefully it shows that.
I'm hoping it shows up. Mike we got up there before dark and run over across the lake from the boat ramp and started fishing. Didn't make a couple of casts, and he had a fish on. Was it the first one or second one you caught?
Second one.
The second one. Caught a fish there this first or second cast, and then 2 casts later had another one on, and, about a 3-pound smallmouth. Well, I'm sitting there filming this thing, and all of a sudden, here comes this big dark shadow, and I think it's, another smallmouth.
Yeah.
No. It was a 30-plus pound rockfish trying to take that smallmouth and eat him. And so bottom line, I'm hoping, I know I got that on film. I just hope that fish shows up, because it just awed me. I mean,
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. But that was the case that happened, and we'll see. Hey, if anybody listening's got a good fishing report or a bad one, call over here and let us know. You run into somebody that fished a tournament on North when? Had 18 pounds or something?
Last Friday.
Last Friday, up at the boat ramp there? Yeah, okay. Yeah. And did he say they won, or?
I think he said that.
Yeah, they won a Wildcat tournament up there last Friday night, I guess it was, or you saw him Saturday evening, I guess, or when?
Oh, it's last Friday.
Last Friday? Okay.
They was fishing Saturday night up there.
Oh, all right. Going back again, so he won the week before.
Yeah.
With 18 pounds something. Pretty good bag of fish.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good bag of fish, no doubt. And you've caught some nice largemouth up there in the last few weeks, and I've caught a couple, 3 myself.
Yeah, and they told me that they was throwing a shaky head with a worm on it.
Uh-huh.
So,
Well, there you go. They're there.
What it takes to get them big largemouth or something to get into them. I don't know whether they're fishing back in the back of the hollers around where the brush was at, you know, throw it in there, and some of the banks where they planted brush on it, or whether they're staying out there deep, you know, fishing for them. He didn't say nothing about that. He just said they're catching a lot of good fish up there.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Willie was telling us down there the other night at the sportsman meeting. They've been doing pretty good down there on Watch Bar.
Yeah, sure did. Sure did. Let me. The folks do remember the sponsors of the show. Make sure you let them know you appreciate them when you go in to the business and do whatever you're doing. Let them know you appreciate them sponsoring the show, and so they'll keep on doing it, and we can keep on bringing it to you and that kind of thing, because we sure couldn't do it without them, and I really just love every one of them. I mean, they really good people, good, you know, own their own business and this kind of thing, and appreciate every one of them. And Mike, you know, hey, let me tell you, I went to Edgemore Outdoors this evening after work, pick up a few things for Mike. I think he's bought about every plastic that Jim's got over there. But anyway, talking to some of the fishermen in there, Jim's always got somebody there helping him, you know, and you just, you know, that's the first thing they ask you when you go through the door, can I help you?
Yeah.
You know, and you can say, well, I'm looking for this. They take you right back there and put their finger on it. And then you pick the colors. You know, it's just a pleasure to be over there and talk to those people. And they have, they know right where everything's at. If you're in a hurry or you don't have much time to shop, and when we get in there, I hate to go in there when I'm in a hurry like I was this afternoon, because I want to look at other things and I don't get a chance. But Edgemore Outdoors, folks, let me tell you what the deal is over there. They got the newest and latest baits out. This Jackall Pompadour, topwater plug, the Bisky, I think's what they call it. The Kitech leeches, the new latest thing out. Little Creeper swim baits, Strike King Rage swimmers and the swim baits. Looked at those. The Mickey air frogs, the Falcon spinner baits, and they got a new line of rods in over there that, Mike, I don't want you to be over there fooling around.
Okay.
Yeah, they're too powerful for you. Yeah, I mean, they're awesome. Killer Bass Rods is the name of them, and they're on the right just as you walk in the door. Okay, Herschel, thank you. And man, I tell you what, Mike, I don't think you've been over. Well, you may have been in there in the last. I know you've been over there in the last week, week before last, anyway.
Yeah.
And so anyway, those Killer Bass Rods. Just as you walk in the door on the right there, there's a rack of them there, and man, they're nice.
Are they?
Yeah, they nice. You know, dadgummit, they're nice. But anyway, like I said, Edgemore Outdoors, and it's privately owned. You know, Jim and his wife, and so you know you're keeping the money here at home and close to town. But they got the best selection in the country. I mean, it's just organized. Everything's just arranged. You know, you don't have to prowl through 14 different things to find what you're looking for, and it's already hanging right there in front of you. You know, 1/8 ounce, 1/4 ounce, 3/8, 1/2 ounce, 3/4. Right, you know, you just go. Everything's just right there where you can put your hand right on it. And so I want to thank Jim. A lot of the baits that we're throwing, a lot of them is coming from over there, and we appreciate him having them. And I'll just tell you this: we called over there. When did I call? Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had to have some super speed crawls in the watermelon and red.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm just sold out of them.
Yeah.
And he said, I'll see what I can do. And I held the phone, and he called, and they said they didn't have any at his supplier. And I go over there, and he said, come by here and check with me Thursday or Friday, and we'll see if they come in. So I went over by this afternoon after work, and he had it for me. So, and there was 3 other gentlemen in there while I was there, and they was placing orders of specialty stuff, you know, and I didn't listen in, you know, it wasn't none of my business. I just know that that's what they were looking at the catalog and this, that, and the other. So, you know, you just can't beat their service, I'll just tell you. And we appreciate it, them being a sponsor of the show. Edgemore Outdoors over there in Claxton area, right above Bull Run Steam Plant, on the north end of the steam plant up there. Can't miss it. And stop by and let them know you appreciate them sponsoring the show, along with all the other sponsors. But it's handy. It's nice, Mike, when you can go get what you need to fish with.
Yeah.
Sure is. Okay, moving right along, we're going to show those pictures of the Tony Gallagher's crappie fishing there, those 7 or 8 I think they said they had. And
big crappie.
Big crappie. Let's see, what did he say? Around 15 inches, 13, 15-inch crappie. So, Herschel, when you want to show that picture, there they are, man.
Whew.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, looks like some nice ones.
Yeah, one in the middle sure is.
That gone, boy. Boy, them eat good. I'm telling you, Mike. All right, Herschel, thank you, buddy. We're going to move right along, and time's getting short. Let me do some check off here. Anything right quick, Mike, on the fishing?
Just go after them.
Just go after them. Okay.
You
All
can't
right.
catch them unless you got a bait in the water.
Okay. 10-4. I heard that. All right. Hey, I'll make an announcement here right quick. And I attended the East Tennessee Sportsman Association meeting Tuesday night. Mike and I did. And had a pretty good turnout, but we'd like to have more people meeting at the Roan Street Grill there in Harriman on the 2nd Tuesday of every month. And some interesting things going on. There were some more Florida strain fingerlings released last, I guess, week before last.
Yep.
On Watts Bar and all the lakes, the 4 or 5 places that they put those fish in last year, they came back and restocked again this year, is the way I understand it. They were going to put them in the same place. There was 3 places, let's see, down at around Uchi, over on the Spring City side, and there in Candy Creek. I know those 3 places in Watts Bar for sure, and there was some released on Fort Loudon, I think, and then some out in Middle Tennessee. So those guys are after it, you know, and we're trying to get things rolling. And if you're keeping up with what's going on Chickamauga, just awesome. I mean, 9, 10, 11 pounders, you know, and 25, 30, 35 pounds in a tournament.
Yeah. Bradshaw showed us a 12-pounder.
12-pounder down there Tuesday night. His buddy had caught one down there, a little over 12 pound. You know, they're man, I just can't wait. Can't wait till they get right here close, Mike.
I don't know whether it's the Florida strain or what, but I know the big fish that they used to catch on Watch Bar, they ain't caught no big fish in quite a while. It's like we used to when the milfoil was there.
Right.
And then they, killed the milfoil out, and it seemed like they quit catching the big fish down there. And they're slowly coming back, but the milfoil's starting to come back too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the biggest thing that they are, is to have that milfoil there to make them fish grow.
Yeah. Right. Well, you know, I know and you know there's, let's talk, Bill, I've only got a few minutes here.
Yeah.
But the guys fishing these tournaments and locking through to Chickamauga, catching the Florida strain and bringing them back to Rockwood, down in the Piney, down at the dam, you know, those fish don't get back through the dam.
No, they don't. But I ain't going to guarantee you that they're all Florida strain either.
Well, I'm not either, but I guarantee you a few of them is. So things are showing up down there. They're showing up. Man, I didn't know it was that late. I got something real important I want to mention here right quick and hadn't even talked about all the tournaments. Hey, folks, one thing we discussed there at that meeting right quick, if anybody listening's got some contacts with the Anderson County Commission up there, we'd like to get East Tennessee Sportsman's President Willie Word. I'd like to go up myself, address the commission, and we'd like to get that road paved up there going into Point 19, Mike. It's been they've done great patching it, but man, you know, after so long, you just got a patch after a patch, and then a patch on top of a patch.
Yeah.
And that road is in pretty bad shape, and I don't know if there's any plans in the future to pave it from where the TVA property starts there at the top of the hill back over to the stop sign. Let's see, what I measured that once. Was it a mile and 7 or 8/10, something like that? Roughly 2 miles of road there. And so anyway, any of y'all that's listening that can help us on that, man, get in touch with me here at the show or call my cell number, 310-1854, and let us know. We sure appreciate it. Got about 90 seconds. Several tournaments coming up here this weekend. You know, they got the East Tennessee Team Trail. It's going to be on Watts Bar Saturday. Just name a few. Edgemore Outdoors next tournament will be, that's the East Tennessee Bass Trail. They'll be July the 15th, so they're quite a ways off. And then you got the King of the Hill coming up here June the 25th, July the 9th, and July the 23rd. So just to name a few. Fishers of Men, this coming Saturday on the 18th, they'll be at Loudon at the Canal, just on and on and on. So God bless you. Y'all have a safe week, and we hope to see you next week.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Rodney and Kay Harback invite everyone to come on over to Rome Street Grill to experience a pleasant dining experience with them. Rodney knows how important it is to get folks back to work after lunch, so they have a speedy lunch at Rome Street Grill. They will get you in and get you out. Every day they have a special at lunch or order off the menu. So go visit the fine folks at Rome Street Grill. Call them at 865-285-6025. That's Rome Street Grill, across from Jerry Duncan Ford in Harriman. Call them at 865-285-6025.
Voices are heard. and that the Democratic Party passes the most progressive platform in it.